Hello once again. This is December 6th, 2019. Yeah, I'm a little bit hammered. I've had a liter and a half of wine. In the previous episode, I was talking about the most dangerous or most lethal animals on Earth, and was proving that the guy in the Good Dick movie was full of feces. I think I'm going to bounce back and forth between being philosophical and factual, and well, philosophy is based on fact. So for you young men listening, the most lethal thing on this planet is a woman's tongue. A woman's tongue can make you jump off a bridge. A woman's tongue can make you eat poison. A woman's tongue can make you drive into, a pillar. So, when you want to talk about lethality and creatures, there's almost nothing more lethal than the human female. That's one of the reasons I've kept my distance now for 10 years. I told my last girlfriend, who was the best geisha girl, that bitch was costing me about $7,000 a month. She loved that fine food. Women say the most, this wasn't even my intent, I'm just going to ramble. Women say the most reckless and hurtful things imaginable. And they're not really, it's just the nature of women to do that. Come on, please. I want to warn all young men to be strong of heart. Maybe even tonight I will, tell you the story about what real love is, which is staying around. It doesn't matter what you say. It only matters if you stay. I'm sorry, I've had some Frito scoops and some salsa, and I've had plenty of wine. I feel pretty good. And I can see that in the reflection that I'm making plenty of tears to keep my glaucomic eyes well lubed. And I'm not even going to get into a discussion of the most toxic, lethal things on Earth. I just wanted to stick to what I was talking about before in the movie A Good Dick, etc., where some jerk claims that some animal is more lethal than the yellow-bellied sea snake of Australia and the great coral reef. I have some admiration for the Australians because not all of them are convicts. Many of them, just like we Americans, they left the weak. Maybe I should make this my point in this thing, because I have hundreds of friends that are PhD, JD, that agree with me, is that when the great was it Queen Victoria, the Virgin Queen, began her empire and began to bring England up from the bottom to the top. is that the armies, the soldiers, many of which rebelled against her, like here in America, which my great-grandfather, great-great-great-grandfather, fought for one of those out of Boston. He was a British general who turned against the Queen. Let me skip. I just want to say is that, you know, from what I've heard lately and have been unable to confirm, is that not only do we males have like the highest whatever this, or we have the highest suicide rate, it's because women don't. Women are cold-blooded snakes, like the yellow-bellied sea snake of Australia. And their bite, just like the bite of the Spider-Woman, the homo, in the movie. Let me try to see if I can get this. My voice is rough. The female of the species is more deadly than the male. It's supposed to be done in a higher pitch. The female of the species is more deadly than the male. Yes, she is. I've known many men who've killed themselves because some woman said something nasty to them. And if you're a young man watching this, and I suggest you do, where the hell did my lighter go? That's okay. I have a desk and I have a top drawer. You know, yeah, actually, I may get into it now. I have 8 minutes. The female of the species is more deadly than the male. Okay. No, that's a big one, too. I use my old pill bottles as storage bottles. And here's the lighter bottle. Look. Yeah, I think it's right there. Look. I'm an old man. I've been truly in love many times, and I've been disappointed every time because of women's uncontrolled desires, their inability to control their mouths, their inability to bond with often even their own children, resulting in the death of their own children. The reason we men exist is to keep females from killing their own children, our offspring. Any anthropologist will tell you that. The reason that the social unit evolved was for men to provide for pregnant females and protect them and to keep them from killing their own children. Any intelligent anthropologist will tell you this. And you men who go forth into the world and you think that, just because a woman says, I love you, she doesn't. What she loves is herself, which is proper. Like I love myself. The reason I've survived this long is because I love myself. I'm a good person. I've done thousands of great things and for other people and defended so many people. But women are like a biochemical, hormonal, neurochemical nightmare to deal with. You know, in other countries, which so far hasn't made it here, actually, it's only 10 minutes. I want to mention real briefly that, you know, I only recently discovered that in 1991, England and the UK classified pit bulls as outlaw animals to be destroyed and dangerous animals. In this country, it's 2019. It's, 28 years later, and we still can't get pit bulls designated as lethal, dangerous animals. In the UK, in England alone, there are only about 1,000 people that are still hiding and breeding and using these animals, and every time they get caught, the animals get put down because that's what these thugs use them for. But I will tell young men especially that a woman may say she loves you, but all she really loves is what comes out of her vagina. You're there to provide and protect, and she will show a form of love by staying with you. If a woman doesn't stay with you, you're not doing your job. Number one, you're not doing your job. You're not providing and protecting. You're a complete mangina. Or because she's a complete psychopath and sociopath. She will have probably already abandoned her children. She will abandon you. And that just brings me back to thinking about the yellow-bellied sea snake whose bite in 3 seconds will kill you. When a woman looks you in the eyes and tells you that they love you, which I've had that dozens of times in my lifetime, they tell me they love my mouth. I haven't always been this old and ugly, but I know all about women. So, if you want to be a father and a husband and all these other things, provide, protect, and be well aware of the fact that you may be dealing with a female that really has no attachments to anything other than her own self-interest, just like the yellow-bellied sea snake. Okay? We're done here.